Well, hello and welcome back to the Tao Manifesting Tarot. This is the tarot reading for serious tarot readers. This is not the sunshine and lollipops or flowers kinds of readings that most tarot readers do for you. I've done tarot for 20 years. This style that I'm about to show you today, I've developed over 20 years because I've discovered that tarot is the science of potential. It's not a guarantee. It's not a done deal. It's not fate. You look at the 5 cards, which is all you're going to see because I'm eliminating distractions. We're distracted enough as it is. You have just 5 cards. Close your eyes. Listen to the message and see if it resonates. Okay? If it does resonate, you're one of the 15% or so that any reading will resonate with. I don't care if you're doing astrology. I've done astrology for 50 plus years. By the way, astrology, just in case you're curious, there's nothing satanic about it unless you want to make it satanic. That's up to you. But astrology is the science of cycles. Cycles within cycles within cycles. And that's where it gets difficult to read with any kind of specificity. There's probably a handful of astrological readers who can do that. I'm not real good at it. It takes a hell of a lot of work. But I can touch on some of the key points. You do an astrological chart for a newborn baby, you can tell what their personality is going to be like. You can tell what their strong points and weak points are going to be, and you can help guide them through life. Not that you're going to have the fine details, but you're going to be able to help them with some of the high spots and low spots and kind of even them out a little bit. Give them good direction. It's a great vehicle to help you find your life purpose, your life path. Rather than fight and do what we're conditioned to do, you figure out where's my path, and then manifest inside of that path. Speaking of manifesting, tarot. That's what we do here. Help you to manifest, because manifesting is the most powerful thing a human being has. Manifestation. What can you make or conjure up in your mind? What are the pictures, the feelings? Can you touch it, taste it, smell it? That's the key. That's the power, and that's what we try to help you out. And that's why I eliminate the distractions. 5 cards, that's all you're going to get. It's about a 10, 12-minute read. That's it. It's going to be crystal clear. At the end, you're going to know exactly what that energy is. You're not going to have to guess. That's why I don't pull 100 cards. I know some tarot readers on the internet pull 40, 50 cards. How the hell are you going to get a message out of that? You don't. And for most astrological readers, the same thing. You have so much input, so many cycles within cycles within cycles. You got to find the houses. You got to find where the planets are in different houses. You got the North Node. You got the Ascendant. You got the Moon. They are helpful. When you start combining all the other stuff, it gets tough. So I make this purposely distraction-free as much as possible and crystal clear. If it resonates with you at all, at the end of the reading, you'll know how to take this energy and apply it. Let's begin. Middle card is the Oracle card. It sets the mood for the whole reading. Today, it is by the book. Got I don't know, would 3 elephants equate to a herd of elephants? I don't think so. I don't think that's enough. But anyway, there's a little group of, it looks like familial as well, mama and baby and younger baby. And they're all hanging on to one another and moving forward. Mom is leading the way. Makes sense. Works well. Got it. By the book. Well, interestingly, for all our bitching and moaning, we all pretty much live by the book. For example, every day I walk, depending on the day, weather, so on and so forth, 3 to 5 miles every day along Lake Superior. I mean, right along the lake. There's a 2-lane road right there. Some spots, Lake Superior is literally 5 feet away or less. Some spots maybe 25, 30 feet away. You know, kind of follow along. Now, in this 2-lane road, which is a very small 2-lane road, we have a double yellow line because we're going in and out of coves and little bays, and so on and so forth. I always walk on the same side of the road. It's the lakeside. I always wear a safety jacket, you know, those multicolored reflective things. And I try to be the same every day, walking the same route every day, so that people get to know me and look out for me. I've been doing this 5 years. So they're pretty comfortable with me and I'm pretty comfortable with them. But I do it to make sure that they know where to look for me and see me, so I don't get hit by some truck or car or whatever the hell it is. And very often, as I'm walking, I will notice a car coming behind me and coming in front of me, and they're headed towards one another, and invariably they meet at me. I think it's a subconscious thing. It's a triangulation thing that goes on in our heads, so that invariably they meet with me. Well, when that happens, you'll notice some cars either slow down or they're aware and they'll back off a little bit. But as they're approaching me, they will not go over the double yellow line. Now, if there's no car coming, and there are some spots because of the coves and stuff, you can see literally a half a mile to a mile down the road and see there's nothing happening. We don't have a lot of traffic on this road. There's very little. But they can't cross over the double yellow line because they're conditioned. There's no reason in the world. It'd make it safer for them, better for me, but no. So they miss me sometimes by a foot. All I'd have to do is sneeze and I'd slide into the car, probably hurt myself. But no, they can't get over that yellow line. Thankfully, some can. They're thinking, they're independent, and that's what we're talking about. By the book. For most of us at this point, it is obvious that following the rules is a losing proposition, because the rules are written to enslave us, to hurt us, to make us sick. And in fact, Bill Gates, among others, have said that by 2050 at the latest, they want our population under 500 million, which means you put a group of 10 people together today, by 2050 at the latest, of that 10, only one will survive. That's what they want. They've said so. The guy at the World Economic Forum, Bill Gates, others have said the same thing. And if you take a look at our world around us, it kind of appears that that's the case. So if you follow the rules, and they're changing the rules on a day-to-day basis, by the way, it's a losing battle. So going by the book doesn't make sense. Marching in lockstep doesn't make sense. Being that good boy or girl and doing what you're told doesn't make sense. It's like that double yellow line. Think for yourself. Look at the situation and then make a decision on your own. You mindless bot. Takes me to the meme today. It's a Native American saying, and I think it's brilliant. Returning to tradition does not mean returning to the past. It means reconnecting to the wisdom of our ancestors and bringing it into the future. Wow. That's profound. And that's the lesson over the next several years. Not simply going backward in time, back to 1800. We can't do that. We're not equipped, prepared, mentally, physically, spiritually. We're not equipped. But take the wisdom and bring it forward into the future. That's the key. Not just marching in lockstep, doing things by the book. Let's begin. First card all the way to the left, death card. Death card, very simple. Means something has to go away. It's a transformation. Endings, beginnings. It's shedding. That's what we just said in the meme. You can't go back in time, but take the wisdom from that time, bring it into the future. But in so doing, that will require a kind of death. That will mean you're going to have to start doing some thinking on your own. God forbid. But that's what we're facing, and you should be able to feel that vibe very clearly by now. If you do not sense the death of this current civilization, then you're brain dead. It is time for us to become the Hierophant card, the next card. And the Hierophant has to do with organizations, belief systems, group identification, rules, by the book. You have to write your own book. Take the wisdom from the past, bring it forward into the future. Don't negate the past. Don't try to relive the past. Neither of those two approaches will work. However, the wisdom from the past brought forward, for example, instead of believing the pharmaceutical bullshit, which is what it is, and it should be absolutely obvious by now, take the herbal wisdom from the past. Let nature heal nature. Let nature heal us, because we are nature, not something artificial cooked up by John D. Rockefeller to sell oil, because that was the basis of pharmaceuticals, petroleum. And we see how well that's working out. But that was part of his plan. Read his manifesto from the early 1900s. Next card over is the Nine of Pentacles. This is the mini Queen of Pentacles. She believes in stability, security, self-reliance. Key idea. Instead of marching in lockstep, think for yourself. Be self-reliant. Bring the wisdom from the past into the future with you. How do you do that? Well, the Moon card kind of wraps it up. You're going to have to intuit it. And that doesn't mean feel. That's not emotion. Intuition is different from emotion, although they're kind of similar. But intuition is taking information, logic, combining it with emotion. So intuition is really a combination of logic and emotion. And that's what you will need. Take the wisdom from the past, bring it forward with you into the future. Get on it now. Time's running out. That's the reading for today. Back again tomorrow with another Tao Tarot Manifested reading. Between now and the next time you and I do it together, peace and blessings.